This is the second video about B-17, Lil Satan, aka Queen o' Hearts, serial number 4297890. A B-17 of the 524th Bomb Squadron, 379th Bomb Group, based at Kimbleton Airfield, about 90 kilometers or 56 miles north of London, England. This B-17 received a direct hit by flak in the nose on June 25, 1944. But the remaining crew brought it back to England. For more details about that incident, please watch the previous part. Link is in the description below. The B-17 returned to combat status after the repair and continued to fly combat missions with the 379th Bomb Group. September 28, 1944. 3 months after the miraculous return, Queen o' Hearts and the 379th Bomb Group, part of the 1st Bomb Division that day, was sent to Magdeburg, Germany. The target was oil refineries. The B-17 was flown by First Lieutenant Charles D Rutledge and his crew. All of them had flown over 30 combat missions, a very experienced crew. They were the lead aircraft of the Low Squadron. Unfortunately, they failed to return that day. Queen o' Hearts was hit by flak over the target area at approximately 24,500 feet. The right wing burst into flames. The plane headed straight down. The control surfaces appeared to be cut and 7 shoots reported. That's the S2 summary of eyewitness accounts in Missing Aircrew Report number 9364. Another witness, James E. Rung, a navigator in B-1742, 38183, called The Lost Angel, noticed the following.
Light, but very accurate flak on bomb run. Queen o' Hearts just off our wing. It received direct hit in right wing gas tanks, burst into flame, and went down. Saw no parachutes. Crew in it on 34th mission. Flame from Queen o' Hearts covered our plane. Tail gunner solid, thought it was us, and bailed out over target. Enemy fighters attacked just after leaving target, hit groups ahead and behind us. Most horrible sight I've seen. Sky filled with burning planes. Too many to count. Had to look away. Our fighters did a good job, but couldn't stop Nazis. Making suicide attacks against us. Thought I was on last mission. Wringing wet from sweat. At minus 37 degrees Celsius. Felt like kissing the ground when we landed.
Trivia. Queen o' Hearts was a plane newly assigned to James E. Rung and his crew after the repair. But now, back to the crew of Queen o' Hearts on the September 28th. First Lieutenant Charles D. Rutledge, the pilot, was last seen at controls. After the plane received direct hit in number 3 engines, he announced to the crew, "This is it, boys, get out." Then he hit the bailout bell. The B-17 was in a spin, and he could not get to escape hatch. He was the last one in the ship, and was killed when the ship blew up. That is the summary of the statements by the survived crew members. Second Lieutenant Thomas N. Martin, the co-pilot, said in his questionnaire, "In my opinion, the pilot was the only man who didn't bail out. I believe the plane exploded immediately after I bailed out." Lieutenant Martin was the 4th man to bail out. Waist Gunner Staff Sergeant Clifford J. Rondo stated in his casualty questionnaire,
"I was trapped, and Rutledge was still at the controls. I was blown clear, and he was in all probability blown to pieces."
Staff Sergeant Rondo further said,
"When the aircraft was hit, I was immediately knocked off interphone. I had no contact with the rest of the crew members. We were getting out of the formation in a steep right bank, and consequently after releasing the waist door, it would not give. So I began to go to the bomb bay and passed out from lack of oxygen, and possibly the fright may have had something to do with it. When I woke or regained consciousness, I was rolling myself. I had already put on a chute, and I began to pull the ripcord, and the next thing I was conscious enough to realize was when I hit the ground. For this reason, I believe I cannot state what did happen, but what I was told by the other crew members. I was in a bad shape. Burned right eye, a segment of the 17 in my head, and a dislocated right knee. After arriving in Germany, I was overly anxious to get medical aid."
The ball turret gunner, Staff Sergeant Arthur F. Green, bailed out from the ball turret. This is the first time I have ever read that the ball turret gunner bailed out from his turret. The usually bailout procedure for the ball turret gunner is through the main entrance door in the fuselage, near the waist gunners. The other fatal casualty was the navigator 2nd Lieutenant Stanley Payne. The cause of his death is unknown. No crew members saw him after he bailed out, and he was uninjured at that time. He was last seen at the escape hatch in the nose. The survived crew members believes that his chute failed to open or hit part of the plane. Also believes that he was killed by Germans on or after landing. A page in the German report KU 3027 has an interesting remark. It says about markings on aircraft at the nose section, Lil Satan, while the missing aircrew report 9364 said the nickname was Queen o' Hearts. That means this B-17 still carried the name Lil Satan at the time when it was shot down on September 28, 1944. It seems that this B-17 carried both nicknames, Lil Satan and Queen o' Hearts, at same time. One nickname on each side of the aircraft. This is not unusual and was seen on many aircraft. The B-17 crashed west of Niedern-Dodeleben, 10 kilometers west of Magdeburg, Germany at 1300 hours. Of the 9-man crew, 2 were killed and 7 became prisoners of war. That the story about Lil Satan aka Queen o' Hearts and its crew. Thanks for watching and subscribe if you are interested to more videos like this one.